So the best way for you to deal with stress is to stop focusing on the stress. So most people like to beat problems and stress over and over again. In other words, we keep going back to the same stressful thoughts that induce the stress cycle inside us over and over and over again. And so let's say something happened and it didn't go so well for you. And actually, maybe you don't even know if it went well for you, but you sort of assume that it didn't. So you have some fear, you have some doubt, you have some worry. What happens is your thought is going to want to go back to it and back to it and back to it, like bang it over the head over and over again. And as you do this, your body releases adrenaline, cortisol. It causes your heart rate to speed up, your digestion to slow down. You stop ovulating, your muscles tense up. Actually, the learning centers in your brain shut down. So you can't actually learn and consider new information and expand past the stress until you start to consider another perspective, until you move forward. So what does move forward mean? It means that we consider positive solutions. So anytime you have something stressful happen to you in your life, something doesn't go the way you want, maybe someone says something negative to you, maybe there's conflict in front of you, what you are going to be tempted to do is to stare at that stress over and over and over again. And guess what? It's going to get way more complicated the more often you go back to that stressful perspective. That's what stress does. You're going to wonder who did what, why, whose fault is it? Get more complex, more daunting, more challenging. It's going to make you feel bad. Actually, the main reason that happens is because you're actually looking at the past. You're looking at decisions you made last week, last month, last year. It's showing up in your present moment as a problem. So the longer that you stare at a problem, the more defeated you will be, the more you are literally holding yourself back. You're holding your teams back, and it's making you feel bad. So the answer, the relief that we're all looking for, is to simply stop looking at the problem. Stop staring at stress and start moving forward. Start looking at opportunities. Look for hope. Look for potential. See, what we might not realize about problems and conflict and stress is the whole reason that it shows up in your life. The whole reason is to help you move forward. It's our evolution. It's survival. What the media wants to show you. It's very compelling. However, all you have to do is start to see that we need problems to give us direction. You see, if your life was perfect, if everything was just exactly the way you always wanted it to be, you would have no reason to change. Why would you change? Everything's perfect. But the moment that something goes wrong, the moment you see stress in front of you, it makes you feel bad. You see what you don't want, but at the very same time, you amplify the desire for what you do want. Now, all you have to do is take your eye off the problem and start looking for the solution. See, solutions always feel good. They're uplifting, they're enlivening. Don't look at the weaknesses of what people in front of you, look at their strengths. There's a reason that difficult people are difficult. It's because it gets them attention, right? So if you had a difficult person who's challenging, and then you had someone who's easygoing, fun, relaxing, accommodating, who's going to get your attention in the moment? Probably, likely, it's the difficult person. Why? The reason they do it is because it gets them attention. And that's because conflict is stress. It's the same as all stress. Yeah, and the longer that we keep staring at conflict and trying to figure it out, you see, the thing is, there's really no answer. Things happen. Everyone has a perspective. Nobody's really wrong. The more we try to put people in piles of what's right and what's wrong, what's good and what's bad, the further back that we get. All we can ever do is move forward. All you ever want to do is go forward. So the moment that you take that stress, that conflict, that problem, and you start looking at it for potential, see other people, and the only way you can see potential if the learning center in your brain is fired up and turned on. And you can only do that with a positive, hopeful thought, okay? So you can see the potential in what other people are saying. Try to understand the other perspective. There's a reason. See, there's only one reason that you have conflict. You both actually care about the same thing. It's just you disagree on how to get there. Start with what you care about. Start with that passion. Look at the other side of the conflict and try to understand their situation. Give them the benefit of the doubt. There's a reason people get angry, frustrated, and wired up. It's because they're knee-deep in their stress response. And the only way for relief is for us to start looking to the future. Don't look at where you're at, look at where you're headed. Look at the opportunities that the conflict is showing you. Because guess what? It's not just showing up for you. It's showing up for your colleagues. Maybe they're your competitors. Maybe they are literally your business competitors. They have the same conflict as you. If one of you decides to see opportunity, who do you think is going to win? Why wouldn't that be you? All you have to do is start looking forward. Look at people's strengths. Don't worry about the situation, the people, the circumstances. Think about the opportunity. Believe in people. I've been talking to so many audiences online right now, and I'm starting to see so much more buoyant enthusiasm. People are naturally starting to want to go forward. We want to feel good again. And I want you to know one thing. Here's how you know you're going forward. When you know you start to feel good. You don't need anyone from anything to feel good because that feeling's right inside you. All you need is to pepper your brain with a few positive thoughts from now and again. Think about the things that you dislike. Think about the conflict. Think about the stress for a second and then move on. Start moving towards more positive thoughts. And if it's super, super gritty for you, like if there's conflict that you just can't let go, the way you let go is kindness. So think about how hard it must be for them to go through this situation. Kindness for yourself. It's tough to feel stressed out. And also then just know, you know what, we're going to get through this. Have some hope for the future. Oh, there's so much great opportunity out there.